Welcome everybody, live.
Yeah.
Under the Mat Radio. This is your host, Tech, co-host
Gameboy, what it is, what it do.
Welcome everybody to this regularly scheduled edition of Under the Mat Radio. Tonight, we'll hit you our episode. Of course, this time will be, as we always do, a roundtable staff of Under the Mat Radio. Will be joining us, such as Toph, Saltine, pretty sure Angry Mark from Wrestling Black and White will be joining us. Talking about various topics in the world of wrestling, MMA, boxing, and hip-hop culture. Today's episode is entitled Unsatisfactory. Pretty sure y'all used to hearing that word in school. And it's a Gameboy. How many times have you heard that word in your educational days?
I heard it a couple times, actually. Can't really count, but I actually heard it a couple times. I have used that word. Complete sentence, too. What's up?
I've heard it a few times, A few times in school. Definitely had. Not necessarily heard it, had it written down in that darn red pen. The red pen of death. Remember that?
Yeah, it's a killer.
Killer, the red pen. Good, everybody. Title Unsatisfactory. We'll be talking about different various topics. So we'll be talking about so far the build-up for Wrestlemania 32. So far, which is next week. Is Sting really retired? Young and Robert Roode, or otherwise Bobby Roode, leaving TNA. Drew Galloway, the worst WrestleManias, a bunch of other topics we'll be discussing. Of course, follow the show Under the Mat Radio on Tech at for UTMR. You can follow NSC Gameboy on Twitter at.
Follow me at NSC Gameboy. I really appreciate it.
Please spell it correctly. And of course, follow Afro-Century Queen of Under the Mat Radio on Twitter at Butterfly206. That is at BUTTAFLI206. Follow Toph at Toph Knows Best on Twitter. Alice Security on Twitter is that. Community Manager. Saltine. I believe that is his Twitter handle, right? I believe that is it.
I'm running the underscore.
Underscore, yeah.
Right.
When Saltine call in, he can go ahead and let us know the correct Twitter handle. Let's follow the show on Instagram, Under the Mat Radio, all one word. Email us at underthematradio@gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube at the Under the Mat. Interviews we've conducted over the going on 3 years of wrestling greats, WWE legends, wrestling legends, and even listen to our archived episodes if you happen to miss them live here, or you can't listen to them on Blog Talk Radio. Listen to them on our YouTube channel of Under the Mat Radio, and also other show, Wrestling Black and White. And on Facebook, follow Under the Mat Radio, our group page, and our like page, the official Under the Mat Radio / Under the Mat Communications LLC page as well. And it's a Gameboy talking about the like page.
Been going up for a while, and we've been asking people to send in them thumbs, and they have. Tech said with the red pen, we didn't have to use it. So we want you fans out there to keep on going to the Under the Mat, official Under the Mat page. Make sure you turn those blue, those hands and those thumbs white to blue, and then we're not going to have to use the red pen. You already know.
Oh, yeah. That guy used the red pen out at all.
He don't got to use the red pen. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Use that
thank you, Ever-Since-Your Queen. Saltine's Twitter handle is at Saltine MMEH.
Yeah, that sounds better. Okay.
Where is Saltine at anyway? Where is Saltine at?
I haven't seen a salty one. He's been more salty as usual as a late. Getting some of that extra, that I don't know, that sea salt, that sodium level.
Yeah, sea salt. Yeah, sodium level.
That sea salt, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of sea salt, I'm going to bring in a co-host, Angry Mark.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how are you guys fucking doing tonight?
Hey, what the fuck up, man?
Well.
Hey, Gameboy, by the way, I got some info for you after the show. You got to hit me up. I got some good shit. It's going to be better than that shit that knocked you on your ass 2 weeks ago, I'll tell you that.
Oh, man, see, Goddamn, them beers, man, them beers, goddamn.
Hanging out with Angry Mark. Remember, the past 2 weeks, I was coughing and everything, couldn't talk. So now it's your turn, NSC.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, gentlemen, what Under the Mat page yesterday of Michael P.S., a known gentleman, same language, inappropriate language towards chandelier, spraying graffiti. Another black man, Lionel Richie, Barry Manilow, had a child. Other one, no disrespect, I think I can say this on your show, the other one actually does look like a chimpanzee. What are your thoughts about this guy?
NSC Gameboy, you first.
You know, when I saw it on the page, Angry Mark, I really thought that the WWE would have a lot more respect, especially with the controversy they had with Hulk Hogan. Bringing somebody into the Hall of Fame distributes racist-ass messages. You gotta understand, there's more people out there who sees this Twitter pass room. We know the stories. We've heard the stories. We've done some of the stories here on Under the Mat, and I'm pretty sure y'all talk about it on Wrestling Black and White. Discouraging and disgusting to have a man and receive an award when he is purposely going out there and pretty much saying, care about WWE, of course, would at least tell him they feel as it's not that important. Maybe he's not that important. Issues not that important. Feel as if you're going to spend and use our money, time, which is watching your content, to make sure that your staff, formers, your superstars, and anybody else under the WWE payroll distributes themselves in a manner where they're not being racist to our people, betrayed, and I felt embarrassed. And this is the thanks that we get. So,
well, what's really interesting comments there, Gameboy, is you are African American. It's not like you're not just saying it, you're living it. You know, everybody knows that Angry Mark, but Angry Mark has a lot of black friends, okay? I even disrespect in it. He has been suspended from WWE. Firm suspension. Rumor has it was 3. And one of them just so happens to be called Mark Henry the N-word is what I want to know. And I mean, bomb on Mark Henry. 7. And then he also gave alcohol to one of the divas, alcohol rehab. And what does Hayes do with a drink?
He's a drunk anyway.
And, you know, WWE is a company, they're publicly traded, but he have on them, fire him. There has to be something.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Bro hug. Randy Orton has been suspended twice for the wellness policy. You know, ours, and then we could really go into the whole race thing, but I don't think we have to. There has to be a reason that Michael Hayes was still there, because any other company would have got rid of this redneck racist son of a bitch. And here's the thing. None of the dirt sheets want to talk about it. None of them.
Let's also mention, Angry Mark, let's also mention here, thank you to Dirt Sheets, how you did not cover, nor broadcast, or publicize, or promote the great episode we had with our good old buddy. Only shout out to 2 people. AngryMarks.com, no pun intended. Steve Wan, shout out to you, brother. And I'm missing someone else that shouted out and tweeted it. Elijah Burt, Gil Mills, Razor Cabrone, some of the fans, JT, JNN Jets, other fans that were Under the Mat Radio promoted that episode. They, like you said, Angry Mark, the Dirt Sheets was scared when they did not want to promote or share the episode we had with Elijah Burt because of the race card, because we talked about racism. What a shame.
But if it was Zack Ryder, who barely has any accomplishments in the pro wrestling business, it would have been covered.
Almost definitely. Don't he supposed to wrestle in Wrestlemania?
Yeah, I mean that really don't count. It's Zack Ryder. You know, he's in it to take a big bump from somebody, you know what I mean, and sell. That's our reason. I mean, 7 people in a fucking ladder match.
Wait, it's a ladder match?
Yeah, I told everybody about this.
Yeah, we did. Oh,
yes, you actually
did. Let me also toot Angry Mark's horn, toot, and even toot my own. And shout out to Arn Anderson, one of his great sayings back in the NWA, back in the Horseman days. Only here Under the Mat Radio in a Wrestling Black and White have you heard myself times, Angry Mark countless times, NSC Gameboy countless times, even Toast countless times. Breaking news will say what's going to happen 2 days before Angry Mark. So many news before announcers on Wrestling Black and White. NSC Gameboy has said things that broke. Myself has said things that happened. We predicted the ladder match months ago. Angry Mark mentioned that. And then I must
say, their tech been more accurate that I've been relaying on Under the Mat Radio of shows, as well as and Hustle, been more accurate on all the breaking news, all the dirt sheets combined over the past 6 months, and hold my head up. Meltzer, you know, they're associated with the brand, Vince Russo, Jim Ross, Stone Cold, you name it, that have in the past 6 months and all them combined.
That is true, folks. Fans, y'all can look it up. Go back and listen to those episodes. He's right.
That definitely is true. Like you said, too, with Hayes. Saltine, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Get your ass whooped. You know that, everyone.
He's talking to you, Angry Mark.
Saltine going to need a step ladder whoop my ass. God bless you, Saltine. Glad you're on, man. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, bro? I'm fine.
Well, to address the Michael Hayes thing.
What's going on with Michael Hayes?
It's been done. I don't agree with it. For some reason, they continue to let him stay within the company. If it was any other company, they would have got sued. He's big. I mean, our good buddy Vinny Russo said it himself on the show last week. And others. They're racists that work within the WWE currently today. Shout out to Evan Ginsberg, who said it, and others. We know one of them is Michael Hayes.
Oh, yes.
We know it.
Oh, yes.
But yet he still works within the company. Just said, I don't agree with it at all. He'll meet his maker. He'll get his just due.
Mm-hmm.
Who really cares about Michael Hayes? I mean, look at him.
Well, it's kind of hard. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Saltine.
No, go ahead and see real quick.
Yeah, go.
It's kind of hard to really issue because you know that he's proud of being this way. You know, it's one thing. Don't get me wrong. I know there are white people racist things. You know why they do that? Because they do it when they're angry. Are they racist people? They probably don't have not near racist thing in them. They say racist stuff. Somebody cut them off in traffic. They might say something racist. You know, favorite.
I have.
See?
I'll admit it. I have been cut off, and I've called a white person the N-word.
Exactly. I mean, it's all about the discretion. And you know, if somebody was to say, "Oh, I've never said it," you're a damn liar. I know you are. Problem with this issue is that proud of being this way. Proud and around calling black men and women niggers. Proud of it. Issue that needs to be addressed. This ain't like it's a slip up. This ain't like it was a mistake. This ain't like, caught me on a bad day. This is the fact of a man who walks around, proudly call black men and women, and he's done it times. And now I see him getting a Hall of Fame, quote-unquote, award when he should have been fired 10 years ago, and you want to award him because you think that, he was part of this, and he wasn't even that good. He wasn't even that fucking good. So the whole Hall of Fame, and any WWE fan that's listening or any WWE person who's listening, this is NSC Gameboy, and I'll be gladly to reiterate it to you. Grace, a fan, professional wrestling. When you have a man who's proudly around disrespect black men and women, his jaw. And I can care less about his whole wrestling critique. The shield around him, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just how he is. Times of how he is has been over for many, many years. WWE needs to really address this, especially, man, an award that he's a racist-ass person, payroll.
You do realize the Fabulous Freebirds were one of the most racist tag teams of the 80s.
I do know that, Angry Mark. How I know? Because if it was the 80s, you wouldn't be talking to me. I'd probably still have a bib and a motherfucking bottle in my mouth, because that's when I was born. Thing is that the Fabulous Freebirds was a gimmick. And even if that was his real life, that's not the life that it is today. WWE, like you said, is a publicly pretty sure they have a lot of African-American men and women, Latinos, Kins, Asians, funding that company. The thing they want to know is that someone is proudly walking around payroll racist, the worldwide brand to show.
But I'm going to kind of go silent. I think I said my piece on the son bitch.
Go Saltine.
As far as the Michael Hayes situation, yeah, I don't agree with it. He shouldn't be in the WWE because he get away with stuff and think, oh, yeah, it's cool to use the lingo and the language and everything. But, you know, for us, it's like, yo, you disrespecting us on the low. You can't be doing that shit because you won't get your ass whooped. And basically, when Mark Henry stood up and stuff, WWE had a problem with him. I think he went away, right, for like a couple of weeks or a couple of months or something like that. Or he got injured by the time. Okay, and it seems like when you stand up to WWE, they feel as though, if you stand up to us, we're just going to kick your ass up or suspend you for months or a year ahead, and you don't even be seeing them for a long time. And I don't get WWE's logic or WWE's creativity with that. I think it's really ignorant to them. But, yeah, WWE in some sort of way is racist. I've seen that firsthand, even in backstage stuff. When they talk about on the third sheets and everything, I believe it. I really believe it. And just from watching 97 Ross when the Arn Johnson thing with Vince McMahon and everything, that was more of a real. That was more real than thing that was scripted. Because Vince McMahon never really had a black champion. I'm like, where is this black champion? He never really, before alert. He never really had the, he's right. Arn Johnson is really right about that.
I agree with this Gameboy. Well, like you said, I didn't said all of my words. And I'm not going to say it nauseum because we talk about it. You know why we talk about it a lot? Because we're black, because we have a show, because we have a platform, because we're known, and there's no other shows out there that really has the platform place to really talk about it. So I agree with this Gameboy said, no racist in the company, don't do nothing to him, just slap him in the hand, he's there.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll get his just desserts. It's only going to take but into the wrong person and others going to break loose. If you got to look at it, Michael Hayes ain't but so dumb, because we all know some people within WWE right now, and they got affiliations with him. And he ain't say nothing to them. And then, without mentioning names, we all know who we talking about. And if he mentioned he did something to them, we'll be all being game over. Definitely.
Cool.
Now,
just add Titles O'Neil.
Before all of that, we got to remember, shout out to our sponsors, ImmortalSeats.com. Check them out, ImmortalSeats.com, or download the Immortal Seats app on your mobile device, Android or Apple. Use the promo code Under the Mat, all lowercase. Thank you, Immortal Seats. Under the Mat Radio will be going to Texas next weekend, Wrestlemania, and we'll also be at WrestleCon this weekend. Any more updates for WrestleCon, go to WrestleCon.com, Google them. A lot of great acts will be there. Our good old buddy Vince Russo will be there. Gimmick Tree Entertainment will be there. Charlie, other acts. A lot of friends in the business will be there. Evan Ginsberg, our buddy Paul Orndorff. A great friend and honorable mention, I found out today, dual source that will be there that just added, Bobby the Brain Heenan will be at WrestleCon. Wow. Definitely, everybody know who doesn't love Bobby Heenan. We know Bobby can't really talk, but Bobby will be there. Evan Ginsberg, Hernandez, all the good buddies of Under the Mat Radio, all around will be there as well. And, of course, a lot of the ladies will be there, so I'm sure Hennessy Gameboy will be happy. The game levels might go up.
Oh, yeah.
Might make an extra man right there.
Yeah. Jasmine St. Clair, you got Eva Torres. I mean, the list goes on.
Dang, I didn't know that.
A lot of our buddies from Lucha Underground will be there. Ricochet, Drago.
Wrestling Brett, yes, going to be there, too.
Wrestling Brett, he will be there. Cage from Lucha Underground and and the upcoming guests will be there. So please check out WrestleCon. Under the Mat Radio will be there. Myself, NSC Gameboy, Afro Century Queen. Angry Mark, will you be there?
No, I will not be there because, number one, probably end up vomiting in WrestleMania Live. And do not want to get a drunken disorderly in Dallas because I would need to make it home by Monday afternoon. So while you guys are there, WrestleCon will be great. The WrestleMania Access will be great. I'm sure there'll be 2 matches out of the 4 they'll have it. But besides that, run down the card. Any matches. And you can't bring up Shane and Taker. I want you to tell me 2 matches with intriguing storylines can develop further going into the summer.
Yeah, shout outs to Saltine and that Legend of Zelda ringtone. I heard you do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Answer your boy, so you can answer every month.
What are we talking about, guys?
See what I mean? This is how bad Mania is.
Okay, so the question is, name 2 matches.
He talking about I heard this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your Game Boy. So you guys were saying name any intrigue this Mania had, right?
Yeah.
2 matches
besides Shane and Taker.
That have intriguing storylines that can develop into the summer.
Oh, it doesn't. And there it is again.
There it goes again.
Yeah, man. I actually said this the other day. Stop some people. I don't care at all. I took a hiatus from wrestling for about 5 years, and I missed the majority of 2002. Care for WrestleMania 18 that much? Sorry, Canadian fans. You go and you look at the card. Like right now, anyone that's listening right now, because I know most fans don't remember, go on Wikipedia, right, and type in WrestleMania 18. Look at the card. You guys there?
Yeah, okay. Well,
it went silent.
Yeah, it just went silent.
Oh, sorry, my bad. What I was saying was for Mania 18, Edge versus Booker T, Jin versus Diamond Dallas Page, Kurt Angle versus Kane, RVD versus Regal, team card. It looks like matches that you would see on Raw. There were like standout matches. Taker versus Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. That stood out. Then versus Scott Hall. Even the main event you would see on Raw. In fact, I never really got it. And I understand that I wasn't watching wrestling back then, and there's just some stuff where it's like if you weren't watching at the time, wouldn't have got it. Like, there's some shows you can look back on in retrospect and you can get it. Some shows where it's like, if you weren't watching at the time, never got it. But the main point I'm making is, I'm not saying Mania 18 was a bad show. Card, like stories, the card itself, 3-hour edition of Raw, standout matches. Look at this Mania card. Like, look at this Mania card. How does it look any different? You got the Usos against the Dudleys. That's a SmackDown match. The New Day, the League of Nations.
Raw.
That's a SmackDown match. Or Raw. You got the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. That's another, like, that's pre-show. Are you back, Tech?
Yeah, I'm back. That's Sunday Night Heat.
to say what Angry Mark was saying, like this whole card, it just looks like a bunch of matches that you see on Raw and SmackDown, standouts. And this time the standouts are Lesnar, Ambrose, and Taker, Shane. And even though Taker, Shane's a standout, the story of the match still makes no sense. People are just shrugging it off because it's Mania and because it's,
Wait, let me mention something real quick. So, speaking of storylines that make no sense, if I'm correct on Raw, McMahon called Undertaker a name. What did he call Undertaker so from Raw last night?
I believe he called him a bitch.
Yeah, his. Since when does Undertaker allow someone to call him that? So that I'll make you famous. Remember that, Undertaker? Doesn't make sense at all. Like, I think his intriguing storyline. I got your answer, Angry Mark. You there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Storyline that beats Undertaker and Shane, that beats Dean and Brock, is behind the stage. Whose ego is going to lose between who's going to be on high in the card between Austin, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels. That's what I want to see.
Austin, Rock, triple threat.
Think about that.
Austin,
you
Rock,
got
Michaels,
Austin,
triple threat.
Rock, Shawn Michaels, triple threat match. Their egos will clash behind the stage, and I want to see whose ego is going to lose and where they placed on the card.
There's your intrigue right there, man. Get Shawn Michaels in the same ring. We've never seen that before. Let's see them in the ring. We can't get Taker's Sting.
Yeah, you know what? That is a good point. Well, we did the first SmackDown. Remember that NXT Gameboy?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but
did we leave
he was the referee, though. He wasn't in a match. He was just the referee.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I want to see. Let's see Triple H versus Roman with Rock in Roman's corner and Shawn Michaels in Triple H's corner. There's some intrigue just to see Rock and HBK out there at the same time. I mean, it's not going to lead to anything. They're both in.
What does Shawn Michaels weigh?
Here's the thing, though. 3 of those names that you just said haven't even been teased yet. And we're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania? Right?
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks. Okay, none of these names.
There's some inconsistencies with The Rock. He's being advertised in some areas, but then in those same areas, his name is being taken off of it. Apparently, there's some disagreements going on with how he's going to be used. I don't know.
Okay, well, what my source told me is we'll be attending. He has creative control on where he's going to do it WrestleMania, okay? 100% control. If he wants to go out with the Usos, he can go out with the Usos. If he wants to go out and do something with Roman during the tier main event, can do so. It's all up to The Rock. Vince has given Rock permission to do whatever he wants. He just needs to know when, and he needs to know Thursday before WrestleMania so they can have it all written in.
My sources told me The Rock is going to have no hair. The Rock is going to take forever to get to the ring. And The Rock will any jeans that he wore every single WrestleMania that he hosted. Just to let you know the power of The Rock. That Vince McMahon made up a role. How do you become a host of WrestleMania? Oh, we remember that 127. We were there. Remember that NXT Gameboy? Remember that?
Here's what I don't get, man.
Don't forget the goosebumps.
Here's what I don't get, man.
Tight jeans.
I don't understand how 2 of the top matches contradict each other. So in one match, you got Shane versus Taker. If Shane wins, so basically if he wins, the authority is gone. Storyline telling the fans to cheer Shane. But then the main event, you got Roman, but fans don't want Roman to win. Does that mean they want Triple H to win? It means they don't want Roman to walk out as champion, which basically means by default you're cheering Triple H. And one match, storyline is dictating you cheer, but then the other match is telling you to cheer for it. That makes no sense. This is Vince Russo 1999 stuff right here. Oh, wait, you guys just had him on the show.
Hey, bro. Even WCW in 1999 besides this.
Anybody notice there was a sign at Raw, bring back Russo?
Well, I was going to mention that, yeah.
Okay, that was there. And I'm going to steal a line that Vince Russo said during his podcast, which I totally laughed my ass off. I even had to drink another beer afterwards. Vince Russo was like, wasn't it great that Stephanie and Triple H decided to leave before the Braun Strowman Dean Ambrose match so they wouldn't get booed out of the arena? Literally, Monday Night Raw ended.
This is boring. NXT Gameboy, your thoughts? Gameboy?
I said, come back to me. I got to think about it for a minute. This one, I got a long explanation, and I want to go last.
Sorry, man. That shit I gave you, man, it should help you with focus.
It was hilarious to me. And not to mention how I think this is the second or third week in a row that Raw's ended with Dean Ambrose going against the Wyatts. At some point,
see, it's like they don't know. they don't. It's like they don't even know to be the main event because it's like each week they focus on something else. Like 2 weeks it was Shane Taker. Then all of a sudden they were putting focus on Roman again. Now it's Ambrose. Like you cannot convince me they have the card formatted as of now. They probably don't even know what the opening match is going to be. People are talking about how bad the show is. I'm just trying to figure out what's the match order going to be, because the match order, that really determines how good or bad a show is. People keep talking about how bad 25 was, how bad 27 was, how bad 29 was. The match order, what matches you have go first, last.
WrestleMania this year, the ladder match for the IC title, watch. Because you got to start that. You got to start WrestleMania off with a bang. He's done it the past few years.
AJ versus Jericho is the opening match. That's been booked for like 3 weeks.
I forgot about that match. See, these matches we forgot about. AJ's our buddy.
That's a fair assessment.
AJ against Jericho, I see the ladder match.
I could see them opening the ladder match just because they seem to like to do that sometimes.
I'll tell you why they shouldn't the ladder match as the opener. Because it has 7 people, which is made to milk time, okay, for them to get everything ready. 2 main event matches can say, all right, we're running on schedule or we're running, behind schedule. So now they can tell the guys in the ladder match, hey, you guys need to go 8 minutes longer. Ladder match is designed strictly for filler because there is not shit for good stories in there worth a shit. That they throw Sin Cara in there because he's the only one good on a ladder, I think it would have been great. I know the New Day is defending their belts, but it would have been great to see come out, say, hey, I'm a former. When you have a ladder match, you got to have cocaine in it. Ladder match has the guys probably as little up to work the ladder. Things look good it's going to be one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
I guarantee you the New Day entrance is going to take at least 10 minutes.
Breaking news.
Okay, breaking news.
Just for you, Toph. Me and NSC Gameboy had a meeting about this. We're going to officially, and by the way, might I add, I broke the news about 2 months ago on this show. I told all of you guys, and Toph disagreed with me and someone else did. WWE was going to market Bootios. Did I not say that? I think I did. And they have shirts out. In the interest of fairness, as a token of appreciation to Toph, we will buy Toph some Bootios in Dallas to your house.
And I will burn that T-shirt. That's a waste of money.
No. It's not the T-shirt. You're not listening. I ain't say the T-shirt. I said we was going to buy you some Bootios, the cereal, because that ain't booty. For you, Toph.
You could use that same manpower to find out the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hey, now, leave
that shit alone. How do you use that same manpower to bust the toilet?
Leave Cinnamon Toast Crunch alone. Go there. That is the angry cereal. That's angry one cereal. Okay.
There's a future DLC right there, man. Let's do a DLC on like the best cereals. We can talk about that all night.
Hey, here's another problem that the WWE is countering. So in 2 weeks, the season finale of The Walking Dead is going to be on.
Really?
And The Walking Dead season finale is the same night as WrestleMania.
I'm so behind.
Yeah, you need to really catch up.
Well, I mean, at least with the season.
Thank you for that, Game Boy. Thank you for that. Okay, here's my last thing, because I really don't have much to say on this Mania, unfortunately. And this was something my manager told me this morning. And when he told it to me, I thought he was trolling me. But when I think about it, it makes sense, okay? So when we were younger, when wrestling was hot and wrestling was must-watch television, and everyone that's listening knows what I'm talking about. When wrestling was good, you dropped everything. You pretended to be sick. You didn't go to school. You didn't go to work. You could have, like, a hot date, turn her down, or at the very least try to get her to come to watch wrestling with you. You would drop thing for wrestling. So here's the question. Here's the question I'm going to ask, and I need for people to be honest. This is how you know how lackluster WrestleMania is. All right, so we got Batman versus Superman coming out soon. Batman versus Superman came out on the same day as WrestleMania. Knowing full well you're going to miss Mania, would you choose Batman versus Superman, or would you watch WrestleMania? If you can honestly say you would watch WrestleMania over Batman and Superman, you are lying your ass off.
Actually, I'd rather watch
Mr. Walking Dead.
I'd rather watch Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Wait, let me mention this to you. Saltine, we'll bring you back on. Not only is the Walking Dead season finale comes on that Sunday, that Friday, Banshee final season premiere comes on, and Batman versus Superman comes out that week. Well, it comes out this weekend.
No,
I think we all can agree of Batman vs. Superman, well, Batman featuring Superman, featuring other characters of the DC universe, and Walking Dead and Banshee, we all can agree we ever watch all of those shows, and Daredevil Season 2, besides WrestleMania.
This year, because, like, normally Game of Thrones usually starts around, like, the day of Mania, but not this year. It's going to be, like, a few weeks later.
Hashtag Walking Mania. That's Sunday.
Walking Mania.
Yeah, because NXT TakeOver is going to be so good. Like, people are going to, like, begrudgingly watch Mania. It's like, yeah, since we're here, we'll walk, but we'll take our time, hence the zombies.
Isn't it great? You get to watch Sami Zayn job out, and then he has to go lose in a ladder match?
Yeah, I think I'll take Nakamura.
Nobody answered the question. We're getting you those bootios, and you got to eat a bowl of them on Under the Mat Radio.
Sounds really gross.
Jam. Hey, it's called bootios.
Okay, you know there isn't actually bootios. Inside the box, it's a shirt. There isn't actually cereal in there.
WWE bootios. He did it for them. He added Cena on the Frosted Flakes. Hogan can have his own cereal, and everybody can have the cereal. They're doing bootios.
Well, if you give me about a half hour...
Is this really what Martin Luther King died for? Really?
He had a dream of bootios.
I don't think this is the dream he had in mind.
It's all team. You know you'll eat a bowl of bootios, won't you?
Fuck no. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Saltine, give me a half hour. I'll make you a fresh bowl of bootios.
No, thank you. I will not want that shit. But I know somebody will, but I won't mention that motherfucker's name. But okay.
Are you talking about those Hawaiian ninjas again? Okay.
Yeah, them people, yeah.
I think the Hawaiian ninjas eat a whole bowl of bootios.
Maybe the Hawaiian ninjas will be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. So
okay, first of all, if you add back WrestleMania 32, we add 7 people to the ladder match, which I feel the ladder match will start off. Afro Central Queen said she's agrees with Angry Mark and it's going to be AJ and Jericho. Toph, you think the ladder match? And if you Gameboy, you say the ladder match?
Actually, I think AJ and Jericho might start it off. I actually don't think the ladder match is going to do it. I actually think AJ and Jericho might start off. They want to try to keep it hot, and you know what I mean? I think AJ and Jericho really going to try their best to pump it up. Walking Dead be coming on at 9 o'clock.
Hey, I got a question, guys. Are there going to be any live performances this year?
Oh, God. Please, no more Flo Rida.
Favorite. Flo Rida, Florida Georgia line, boy.
God damn it. Why do Flo Rida keep coming on the show?
Why
okay, man.
What is his purpose?
Okay, because everyone keeps telling me that I talk too much shit on Mania 29, even though it was a really shitty card. But this is what people forget, and I know a lot of you guys forgot this. In fact, most of you guys, I guarantee you, everybody on this round table probably forgot, so I'm about to bring it up right now. P. Diddy was there that year, and he did that phoned-in performance that went like 10 minutes.
Oh, my
Remember
gosh.
that?
Yeah.
See, that performance ate up so much time that one of the most notorious botches in the history of WrestleMania happened, and I know you guys forgot about this. It ate up so much time when they did Rock Cena, there was no vignette. It just came on out. It just came out. It was Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. The match was over. And you know, like at WrestleMania, they usually play like the little promo or the vignette. No, John Cena's music played, and everybody was like, what? They just went on to the match. They just went on. It was the biggest botch ever. You'd find me at WrestleMania where there's no vignette. There's never a WrestleMania main event with no. That was how bad 29 was. That was how bad. That show is proof that if you do not properly manage a show, can suck. You can tell. You can tell that show. They just structured it the day of. They put no effort into that show at all. If that happens again this year...
That's why Diddy fell in the hole.
Oh,
that was funny.
Okay, so let's talk about the matches. Okay?
Let's finish talking about these bootios. That's what I want to know. Who in the
Man, forget the damn bootios.
Jesus, are you obsessed with booty?
Actually, I'm not.
I guess so.
But there's a lot of fans that have been talking about the bootios. They're happy the bootios are coming out. They want one of us to wear the shirt, and it's not going to be me because I have the shirt.
But you're the one talking everything.
I'm the host, so I got to point it out there.
No. You're the one dragging it on.
Hey,
what I don't understand about bootios is how do parents explain this to kids? Remember when Chris Jericho and Edge and Chris used to joke about ass cream? Yeah, good luck talking. Teacher, what's ass cream? Yeah, I'll see you in detention. Yeah, I feel sorry for the kid to ask what bootios are doing class.
It's the same explanation we got for that YJ Stinger energy drink that X-Pac was promoting. Remember that?
What the
See? Look it up.
Or when you ask the teacher what poontang pie was, right?
I think here's
that's the adult flavor.
I think the fans of Under the Mat Radio should vote on who should wear the shirt, the Booty-O shirt, at WrestleMania. Gameboy, let the fans decide.
I got the shovel.
Oh, hell no.
It looks better.
GBS 13 or
No.
Sure. The Chuckster,
Gameboy.
F-City Queen.
Gameboy. All know that you're down with the booty. Okay?
Yeah, girls' booty, not guys' booty.
Okay.
Man, y'all keep saying booty. It's gonna make R. Kelly do a run-in.
Hey, people want to see.
It needs to be the fans on your Facebook. You need to do a Twitter survey. Who should wear the shirt? Gameboy. Fans decide.
Okay.
Well, you don't have the balls.
Well, I'm good. I can do it. Are you in the Gameboy?
I got kids.
We know.
What you been doing? If I had balls, I wouldn't have no kids.
Well,
please, that.
Well,
so you're down. You're down.
Okay, guys. So I just look. I'm looking at the Mania 32 card. It just doesn't look. You know, sometimes like, oh man, it's like when you're trying to convince yourself it's going to be good. You just know. You know, it's like when you got to do that chore you don't want to do, and you're going to convince yourself this is going to be easy, but you know it's not going to. Anyway, Angry Mark, I want to hear more brilliance from your mind. Okay, so our Angry Mark's order for the show. Okay, first of all, what would you put on the 2-hour pre-show? Just tell me how you would book this.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royal, number one. That does not go on. I mean, shit. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal could go on Superstars.
Hey, well, it'll be on USA, so you're on half alone.
Yep.
I'll say live.
And my opening match of the show would definitely agree with AJ versus Jericho because AJ will get a big pop, okay, so you want to get the fans going. So I would let them go out and do about 15-20 minutes, Styles winning clean with phenomenal forearm. So he'll get a clean pin over Jericho. And then my next match I would do is because that match is going to get a lot of hype. So you need to put something out there, with the expectation that, the crowd is going to slow down. So the best match to give them for that will be Ryback versus Kalisto for the United States Championship.
That's on the card?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, guys, I told you it was going to be on the card like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
now they've confirmed the pre-show. They've confirmed the pre-show is going to be 2 hours, and I believe they said the Andre the Giant Battle Royal will be on the USA Network. So normally when they do these 2-hour pre-shows, like the first hour is just them doing the Sports Center like thing where they're just talking, and they show.
We'll get Ric Flair crying again. Charlotte's gonna be in there.
Yeah, I don't want to. I feel bad for saying this, but I think to me, this card isn't impressive anyway. What really kind of stands out to me is the Usos versus the Dudley Boys. Why? Came back to WWE for this? Is this the best you could, right? Really? This match really confuses me. But I like your idea. What I would do, Angry Mark, if you're gonna have AJ Jericho open, I would have the Usos and the Dudleys follow that because I think that would be a nice cool off. Kalisto Ryback is a cool off as well, so you're right. You
gotta have, and I agree with that. If AJ and Jericho do start off, do the tag match, because we gotta remember, you always want to have slow down matches or sleeper matches in between the big ones. You got Dean and Brock, you got Taker and Shane O'Mac, you got Trips and Roman, 3 big main event matches. Now at the end, you got The Rock, Michaels, and Austin, who's going to be there. We don't know what they're going to do. You got to save. You got the Divas match still, the New Day match. You use those matches for fillers.
For me, the interesting thing is, since Lesnar has come back at Mania, either the main event or very late in the card.
Oh, yeah,
and since he's fighting Dean Ambrose, some people are saying that be in the middle of the card. I'm like, that's Brock Lesnar, dude. Brock Lesnar, he's usually like second before last, or like really late, like that third hour.
Well,
so I'm just curious.
Third hour is going to be.
No, there is a big problem with those 3 matches because here's the thing: you have The Undertaker, Shane, you have Roman, and you have Brock and Dean. We all know are going to happen Dean and Brock and Shane and Taker. So, Dean on, and then have a cool-down match afterwards.
Exactly.
You're forced to do it, crowd.
You're going to burn them out.
Because you do not want and Roman Reigns follow Brock and Dean. You got it. What you got to do, and Dean on, okay, and then follow that with the Divas match.
Divas match. Then you go to the next big match.
And then you can go ahead and do Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the heavyweight championship. And Control of Raw is bigger than the championship, and I think that's how they need to promote it next week. Raw is bigger than the belt, so you got to position that, and it just makes life easier, especially when it comes to tearing up and setting everything up. You know, once you drop the cage down, you're done.
For example of how you can burn out a crowd, WrestleMania 25, and after this, I'll give you the NFC Gameboy so he can pass on the card match, the place of the card, the matches. WrestleMania 25. What's the one thing everybody thinks about when WrestleMania 25 comes to mind is what? Undertaker. We agree?
Yeah.
Great match. What everybody forgets is the match that happened after, and it was the triple threat match for the title. It was John Cena against Big Show against Edge. See, everybody forgets that match. Everybody remembers Mania 25 with Taker and Triple H. Taker and Michaels, and then what was the main event? That was
Orton, Triple H.
Yeah, Orton, Triple H.
And it got rushed. Everybody forgets that it was the other title. It was the WWE title right after Michaels and Taker, and it was Cena against Big Show against Edge. Crowd did, and they were exhausted because Taker and Undertaker and Michaels was so great. The rest of the night, the crowd was done. They didn't have no pop left.
Well, Triple H said that in his DVD, in his little DVD.
Yeah,
he said about that. He was mad that because he knew that was going to happen. He tried to get it changed.
The stipulation for the match didn't make sense because it was like you had Orton storyline. He doing all these heinous things. You know, he punted Vince McMahon in the head, Stephanie, and kissed her unconscious body. He did all these things, and then they were doing some Attitude Era stuff with Triple H breaking in Orton's house.
They
built up the match. Yeah, they built up the match like it was going to be like a street fight, only to say, oh, by the way, this is going to be a regular match, and if Orton does anything to get himself DQ'd, or if Triple H does anything to get himself DQ'd, he loses the belt. That, handicapped him. Any sense? And then you did Shawn Taker. The fans were just gone.
Just so you know, guys, I forgot to bring this up earlier. To New York City, and has been traveling back and forth to New York City for the past 6 days. Something right there. He is the one now working with Shane McMahon, Tommy Dreamer.
Man, they really trust that guy.
Okay? Here is what I'm hearing. So we'll win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Cool. Fine with me. He deserves it. He's probably one of the most on guys on the roster. I mean, I said it since day one. The Rock chose him, and in ring shape, he could have chose anybody.
Did Toasters do a Saved by the Bell 1990s cool? Did we just say that?
We did. Tubular, dude. Yep.
The way Toast said cool, just like you did back in Saved by the Bell in the 90s.
Now, I have a question for you guys. Tell me the swerves in the two main. Well, I don't even consider Triple H and Roman a main event.
It's not.
But for argument's sake and WWE's marketing, they are.
I'll tell you what the swerves are, Angry Mark. Here's what you do for Shane Taker. I want everyone that's listening right now to get out a bingo card. And I want you to fill in, and I want you to write a dot time our running happens, okay? When the Dungeon of Doom runs in, when the BWO runs in, when the Mean Street Posse runs in, when the Nexus runs in, when the Main Event Mafia runs in, when Evolution runs in, and more importantly, when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, when they run in. That's all the swerves that are going to happen in the match.
Actually, you're forgetting. The Job Squad is supposed to run in.
Oh, yeah.
The
Job Squad.
Revolution from WCW, where Shane Douglas is going to run in.
Kai and Ty, they're going to run in.
Kai and Ty's going to run in.
No, seriously, though, it'll probably be the Bullet Club they'll run in.
They should make a Hell in a Cell a lumberjack match. They should have the guys out there. Then you never had a Hell in a Cell lumberjack where the guys are outside the cell while the match is going on. Anytime there's been a Hell in a Cell match, it's always been just opponents inside the cell, and that's it. But if it's the sake of the company, it would be cool to have all the guys out there actually cheering on, who should win, rather Shane or Taker. I
actually feel sorry for the Divas. The triple threat match too looks good on paper, and unfortunately, you just know, like Angry Mark said, they're going to follow one of these matches. They're going to follow Ambrose, Lesnar, and it's unfortunate. I mean, they're going to work hard, I'm sure, but, you know.
And I see, how would you...
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. The other thing, go ahead.
Think that Dean and Brock Lesnar is going to be that good. Think it's going to be a Brock Lesnar. I've always been a Brock Lesnar fan, and I'm going to be cheering him on at WrestleMania. But I really do not see that match being good.
I agree with you that Dean Ambrose is overrated.
Yeah, I do too. I'm sorry.
He hasn't had a single match that really made anyone go, wow. I mean, he's got the character down.
Yeah, his character is very good and is very defined and well-rounded. But his wrestling is subpar. It really is just like...
Let's just... WWE tells you your style, character. If you look at his old CZW stuff, he can wrestle. Problem is they want to limit his repertoire, get him as a future star. And what happens is all the great merchandise, none of them, big-ass moves set. To The Rock, to John Cena, guys, Hulk told to limit himself. This match is going to have a very deceptive ending. What that match is, I see winning to the match. I see
that too.
I see Brock giving him a peg, and I almost see Paul Heyman Bruce in the next 2 months.
The beef I have with the match is, to the Ambrose fans, I know Eddie Guerrero, he once said that a wrestling match is like a painting, because it's like the artist has a canvas, and they're painting. Yeah, and it's sex too. And it's like, when I see a match on paper, I can visualize how it looks. Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. Visualize it coming to mind. I tell Ambrose fans, visualize me how he beats Lesnar. And none of them can really give me an answer. They just keep saying, I think Ambrose should win. I'm like, okay, how does he win then? And no one can really tell me anything.
It's a street, but to that credit, remember, it is a street fight. It is not a straight-up wrestling match.
But still, even with street fight rules, how can Ambrose beat? Okay, but how? What kind of weapons are we talking about? Are we talking chainsaws?
He's going to do the Homer Simpson thing.
Yeah,
he's going to do the Homer Simpson thing when he's going to just get beat up until Brock gets tired.
First off, the chainsaw, I would have loved to see him give him the branding iron.
Okay, so what are we talking about here? Are we talking like New Jack ECW, like jumping through tables off a balcony, Foley flaming tables, like Abyss TNA, like egg redders? Like, what type of violence can Ambrose inflict to believably put Lesnar down for a 3 count? Even under street fight rules, I can't see it.
I don't see Brock letting Dean Ambrose getting the shit out of him with the barbed wire bat. Paid way too much money. Going to let himself position where he's the one getting in his forearm. I do see, using chair, Brock reach under the ring with the trash can, and then we'll have some cool, some kind of funny shit happen where he tries to Ambrose jams the,
Afro-Century Queen just made a good point. She said, remember, Foley and Funk passed the torch to Ambrose. And the fact that Ambrose has been doing these vignettes with these hardcore legends, that is a good point of what we could see in a street fight. Not saying Ambrose is going to win. That is something that we could consider as well. It's in Texas. And it's on the network, so it's not they got to be PG. You know what I mean? That is a good point. Good point, Afro-Century Queen. With Foley and Funk passing the torch, and they're doing all of these hardcore legends talking to Ambrose about facing Brock. They could be kind of setting some seeds of what we might see in a street fight.
I think it'd be hilarious if Terry Funk at 90 years old gets...
Yeah, wait, who's to say that they won't interfere in the match? Terry Funk might try to help out Ambrose.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. That was the best part. That was the best part of Hell in a Cell. Everyone keeps talking about when Mick Foley got thrown off. Yeah, when he got thrown off the cage. For me, the moment of the Hell in a Cell was when Taker chokeslammed Foley through the cage. Terry came in there to check on him, and Taker was like, fuck that noise, and he chokeslammed Terry Funk. I don't know what, I always thought that was funny for some reason. I'm like, what did Terry do to you? He just chokeslammed Terry for no reason. That was funny.
Good idea. Now, like Angry Mark said, guys, I feel like this. Really, no one cares about the title. That'll be funny. Triple H barely on TV. No one cares. Roman Reigns is getting booed the blue. Shout out to a couple of sources. Sent me some live videos of the past SmackDowns and live events, and you hear nothing but boos for Roman Reigns. And of course, WWE is going to edit it so we can hear cheers on SmackDown. No one cares about the WWE title match. that should not main event. It should be the co-main event. This is the true question, guys. Hell in a Cell, Shane against Taker. Who's going to win and who's going to run in? Because you know for a fact there's going to be hella run-ins in this match. Besides Vince, we know Vince is going to get involved. Stephanie might. Who else do you see that might decide to join? Or might decide
all seriousness. Hold on,
Toes. Go ahead, Angry Mark. Go ahead. Yeah, I was saying Angry Mark, first, and then Toes, then
okay.
GB.
Here's what I see happening, and not like this anymore. Does not have another very match. There isn't anybody else. Rule number one, when you're getting ready to go out in wrestling and The Undertaker is old school, you do somebody over. I know he's not even time. He's not full-time teacher that shows up and he does one day. It's very old school. I know it's his home state. Truly going to be The Undertaker's last Mania. Do the job for Shane.
Go ahead, GB, your thoughts. I'm going to let GB go last because Shane is a favorite wrestler. I'm going to give GB the floor last. Toph?
Yeah, being serious, taking all the humor aside, Bray Wyatt runs in doing something. There was a vignette not aired on SmackDown about it. It's kind of low-key. Go on WWE YouTube account channel last Thursday. It's a very short 50-second clip. Bray Wyatt cutting another cryptic promo. As always, promo, he mentions, like, animal to slay. What's a reaper without a soul? I know something you don't. How many times has Bray Wyatt cut a promo and it leads to nothing? So I'm only taking it for a grain of salt, but that did not air on SmackDown. It didn't air on Raw, so it's one of those YouTube exclusives. Bray Wyatt is doing something on this show, injury or not. He's running, and basically he made a reference to all three of the big matches. I see him in one of these matches, and for some reason, he seems to have a boner with The Undertaker. I don't know why. I see him running in.
Good point, Toph. Now, to what I've had fans contact me in the show about this, and fans had mentioned this as one or two things. Is one, will we see Austin or Shawn Michaels or The Rock interfere in the Hell in a Cell? Two people's mentioned did clarify that he isn't retired. He hasn't said it. We don't know if he may finally announce it at the Hall of Fame. We don't know if maybe he'll do one more run. A lot of people thinking, one, will The Rock, Shawn Michaels, or Austin interfere in this match? Sting interfere, Bray Wyatt. And what I think personally is, like you said, Bray has to do something. Bray is hurt. He's too big of a character in the face right now for him not to do anything. So Bray could interfere. Who knows? Of course, I always love to see if Sting will interfere. We just have to see. I like it to the fact that it has a lot of possibilities, and we really don't know what's going to happen. That's what makes it fun for me.
I want to see Papa Shango run in.
Yeah, Damien Demento.
There's a lot of possibilities, but I'm leaning towards Seth Rollins. He's the only one out the Shield that I actually like. He's the only wrestler that's currently now kind of almost 100%. The WWE kind of leaked it out, but they really ain't pushing it up. I'm a big Shane McMahon fan, as you know. I'm a big Shane art. Hearing that music by itself is pretty much the best I'm going to get to see Shane in that match, but this ain't 15 years ago. This ain't 20 years ago. Shane is getting old, and he's not a worker like that. I just got a feeling that Seth Rollins have some type of input in this match. One, because no one would expect it. Cool to see him against The Undertaker. Three, because Seth Rollins. He's going to give a good match. He has good selling. He has good, decent wrestling. Promos is better over time. It still need work. He's the only one out the three, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, that I can honestly say can really kind of give you your money's worth, the match going. So I would love to see him come out there. I don't really know about Bray Wyatt because I was there at WrestleMania 31, and it was one of those clouds. Like I said, it was just like, it pretty much just destroyed his career even more because he didn't win, and then he lost again at Survivor Series. I really don't want to see Bray Wyatt have anything to do with The Undertaker. It's just they fucked it up before. I got a feeling that Seth Rollins is going to have some type of input in this particular match. Why? Is because I think he's joining on the side of Shane. He's trying to go against the authority, since they kind of just moved on. It would be pretty cool to see him align himself, and what probably is going to happen is Shane is going to have to go against Triple H and Stephanie and them by his side. So, I mean, who knows? SOS, Shane and Seth, what I mean? Who knows?
I got a suggestion there, Gameboy. A lot of people are not going to like this, but I think the most likely scenario is anybody chime in until I'm done explaining this. There is a reason. I see John Cena, Shane, tell you why. Everybody wanted versus Cena. Cena down and helps Shane. Now you got a 1-year build-up. Vince and Undertaker, something's going to go down where and Cena. That will be the retirement match. Easily happen. 1 year build up for it. Undertaker, John Cena, WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, Florida. The reason why it'd be good for Cena to do it is Shane is so over, and Cena is like 50-50. Shane wins. Because when Shane's music hit on Monday Night Raw, and he says, let me bring out the man who helped make this possible, and then end of Monday Night Raw will end with a gong challenging John Cena to WrestleMania 33.
You heard it first here on Under the Mat Radio.
Yeah, and
exclusive.
That's
a likely scenario.
It is. And also, we all keep forgetting, what about the Raw after Mania? Raw Mania. Past 2 years been better than actually WrestleMania. You know there's always something big and monumental that happened the night after Mania. Something to think about. Cena Taker, WrestleMania 33. And then there's also the question still, what role will The Rock, Stone Cold, and Shawn Michaels have at WrestleMania? And here's another thing, and this will be even one better. Just suppose, and someone brought this up to my attention, someone is not even really a big wrestling fan, and this is a big stretch. What if CM Punk came out?
Can't happen. Contract with UFC, Dana White will never let it happen.
I get that, Mike. I get that angry mark. But that's one of the big speculations people have been talking about. Now, we know he's under contract. He's not going to do it. But they were just thinking, what if CM Punk and WWE sent us a swerve and his offers would have worked from day one. But WWE don't really work, as of late, they haven't really worked really hard at storylines to build up like that. I know CM Punk is under contract, but that's definitely something that fans has been trying to talk about, CM Punk coming back. Like, he's not coming back, not at all.
He'll come back for a retirement match, but he's not coming back to wrestle. I mean, not no full-time.
So, GB, Angry Mark, how would you book The Rock, Shawn Michaels, and Austin? GB?
I would have them three come down in the ring, pretty much kind of how WrestleMania 30 was with Rock, Austin, and Rock, pretty much doing Rock shit. Stone Cold pretty much doing Stone Cold shit. Michaels pretty much doing Michaels shit, and he pretty much talks about, how he is the Mr. WrestleMania star thing, and then The Rock talks about how he is the most electrifying, and then them two going at it, pretty much getting, face to face, and, Austin breaks it up, pretty much like, hey, we've been there, done that, it's the new boys and all that, and he's like, yeah, and then, Shawn Michaels say something under his breath, and Rock pretty much, like what you say, Shawn try to act jokingly, Austin try to back him up, pass for the, super kick, Rock gets hit with the super kick, you know what I'm saying, and, Austin's pushing, Shawn Michaels back, blah, 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 trying to get him prepared. Rock gets on his feet, push Austin out the way, the rock bottom. I'm saying he does his little taunt and everything. Austin, looking at Michaels down, I'm saying he's trying to chill, whatever. He's like, fuck it, Michaels get on his feet. He give both of them the Stone Cold Stunner, and then they set up a match where Austin be the referee and be Rock versus Shawn Michaels. The match will be horrible. Tell you that now. Trust me on this one. You do not want to see that match. But this is just wishful thinking. That's how it will be set up, because pretty much you have all these egos there. And in the match, Shawn Michaels will go over on The Rock only because Austin will help him do it. Shawn Michaels will never let The Rock go over on him. Hence the reason why they never wrestled. And that will be the end. The match will be horrible. You don't want to see it. Keep it in your imagination. Use your head, the what if. Some matches should not be done. I learned that in wrestling. That's not a match that should be done. They're going to tease it, though.
So,
fellas.
Unfortunately, there's nothing The Rock can do to save Mania 27. Hours at 27. This host bullshit, this I'm going to show up and it's not working, Rock. Unless you're wrestling someone, shut the fuck up. So, the best way that I see this working is you do Roman versus Triple H, and you have Triple H say all night that he's got a special person in his corner. And you keep building it up, and then right before the match starts, you remember how they used to do it back in the day? I think the first time I saw this was at Survivor Series 96. You remember when they would be like in a locker room and some random person would knock on the door, tell them it's time for their match. They would walk through the hallways and it plays that dun 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 dun. Remember that? So Triple H does that, and so while Triple H is walking, it shows him running into HBK. So HBK comes out with him. So the whole night you don't know who it is. I mean, we know who it is, but you pretend like you don't know. So Shawn Michaels comes out with Triple H, and then Roman, he'll come out and he'll get booed. And before the match starts, Roman says, "You don't know family." So you have Rock in his corner, you have Shawn Michaels in his corner. I'm doing this drama, tension to the match. Because Triple H versus Roman Reigns, I'm sorry, it's not a Mania main event. It's not an interesting match, and no one gives a fuck about it. So at least if The Rock and Shawn Michaels are there, element, because you never know what Shawn Michaels is going to do. He super kicks his own wife if he has to, and there's always a possibility that Roman could turn on The Rock. As far as Austin is the really big question mark. I have no idea. Say have him be the special guest referee and Shane Taker, but considering Vince and Steve, why would he do that? That makes no sense. So if you were to make Austin a special guest ref...
Don't forget, Stone Cold did side with Vince, too.
What do you mean, during the Alliance days or whatever?
During the Alliance.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like if you were going to have him be a ref, I would have him ref Ambrose Lesnar simply as a redemption for a Lesnar Goldberg, I suppose. To me, Austin's the real question mark. I'm not really sure what you do with Austin, but if you had a gun to my head, I would say have him be the ref of Ambrose Lesnar. Pair Ambrose to Pillman. But then again, if whoever is reffing Austin he is going to take a stunner. So if he refs Shane Taker, who takes the stunner?
Both.
Both of them.
It's Austin. He's stunning anybody.
Whatever match he's going to do, he's going to stun both people. So.
All right.
Okay, here's something.
My turn.
Oh, hold on. My turn. Hold on, my turn real quick. I'm not going to be long. Here's this thing WWE always said, lead the fans home happy, right? The title match, I don't believe, is going to main event. Therefore, you don't have to have Roman Reigns win. Triple H still could be the champion. They have The Rock surprisingly interfere in Roman Reigns' match, but The Rock try to help Reigns and end up making Reigns lose. Triple H wins the match, and then Reigns trades on The Rock, which could set up The Rock against Reigns at SummerSlam. Triple H don't have to lose. The main event isn't going to be the title, so Reigns don't really have to win. Triple H can still hold the title for another month or so. Who cares? But like me and Angry Mark talked about before, Rock versus Reigns can happen, needs to happen, and Reigns needs to turn heel. That's a WrestleMania right there. All these people are still hurt. So with SummerSlam,